Right, it looks like we're live. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Holistic Wellness Wednesday. Just want to make sure. Oh, good, we are live. Okay. Just want to make sure. It looks like maybe we weren't for a second. So, welcome again to Holistic Wellness Wednesday. And today, I want to talk to you about a love letter. A love letter. A love letter. I feel like this is so old school. So, when was the last time, just think about this, when was the last time you got a love letter? When was the last time you got a love letter? Maybe it was, back when you were dating. Maybe you used to get love letters. Maybe it was recently. Maybe, you have someone special in your life who gives you love letters like on a regular basis. Um, Maybe you haven't gotten a love letter from anyone in the past. That's okay too. I don't know. Think about that. Think about that. Maybe, and if you're watching this and you're connected to my community, you might have done this before. Maybe you have written yourself a love letter. People do that. People do that. That's actually what we're going to talk about today. So, whether or not you have ever received a love letter from someone special in your life or even yourself in the past, I would invite you to take some time today and write yourself a little love letter to yourself, about everything that you love about yourself. Now, before you think like, okay, Kim, this is like super cheesy, and why, like, how self-righteous is that, right? Like, why would I want to sit down and write a love letter to myself? That's really sad if I have no one in my life to do that, so I have to do it myself. Like, come on. Like, hear me out, because here's the thing. The things that you say to yourself in your mind and the way that you think about yourself in your mind, that really, really, really matters. It really matters. And I've seen this coming up a lot recently in different people around me. And the thought process is that we're not good enough for whatever the reason is, right? I didn't, you might think something like I'm not smart enough, or I annoy people too easily, or no one likes me, or maybe like you don't have a special someone, so you're like, well, I'm alone, I'm a loser, no one likes me. Or maybe you didn't achieve a goal that you had set your mind on for this year. So I'm not smart enough, I'm not fast enough, I'm not capable enough. And the list goes on. We've all had these conversations with ourselves in our minds throughout our lifetimes at one point or another. Even like me too. We've all done it. We've all done it. And we've had these conversations that are not supportive conversations, but we've had these conversations about feeling less than in some kind of way, feeling less than worthy and less than perfect. Maybe some of us feel like we need to be perfect all the time. Anybody like that? Right? Well, guess what? You're not here to be perfect. You are not here to be perfect. Your soul came here to get messy. You ever watch The Magic School Bus? I love that show. Even now, I'm 37 and I still love that show. It was a favorite of mine growing up. My daughter loves it now too, so I still get to watch it. And I use her as the excuse to watch it, right? But remember, if you did watch that show, remember it was all about, what did the teacher say? Miss Frizzle. The teacher said, get out there, make mistakes, get messy. That was the message every time, and there was that one kid, Arnold, who was like, oh no, I should have stayed home today. Right? Like, he was afraid. He wanted everything to be just right, just perfect. He wanted to know where everything was. There's a new series out that I recently discovered. I think it's called Magic School Bus Rides Again. And there's a new teacher, and he is like not having that. He's like, no, 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 right? Like this isn't the way it's supposed to be. Her cup is supposed to go here and this thing goes there, and like everything needs to be structured and just exactly the way it's supposed to be, right? Our souls did not come here for that. We didn't come here to be put in a little cookie cutter like box and have everything just work out perfectly. We dream about that. We think that that's what we want, but that is not why the soul came here. You don't learn anything if you're not getting messy and making mistakes in your life. You're not. You don't learn from life when everything is hunky dory. You learn the most from your mistakes. You learn the most from your pains and the times that you did stuff wrong. So, as painful as those times can be for us sometimes, we get to celebrate those times. We get to celebrate the opportunity to overcome, the opportunity to learn and stretch and grow and expand ourselves. Because on the other side of that is, I don't want to sound cheesy again, but it's like a whole new world. Like literally, it's a whole new world, because it's a way of being where we get to see what's on the other side of the struggle, right? Often in our life, our purpose is related to our deepest fear. It's related to the one thing that we're like, I can't handle that. The one thing that we're, whatever that is for you, whatever you're most afraid of, or the thing that you're avoiding the most because you really need to work on it, that's the thing. Whatever that is, that's the thing that your soul came here for. That is the biggest lesson for you that's in store for you. Like, I think I've told this story before. It was a while ago. I haven't told it in a while. So if you're new to me, you might not have heard it unless you heard it from someone else. The story about the little flame in heaven, right? That wants to learn. That they're all the little flames are up there in heaven, and this little flame is like, oh my gosh, I want to learn about forgiveness. Forgiveness is so amazing, right? It's like one of the highest honors and highest things that you can learn. I would be so honored if I got to learn forgiveness, right? And then God comes and he's like, oh, this is a very big lesson. This is a very big lesson, but you're ready to learn this. And you're going to need someone to help you learn this lesson. So who's going to help you learn this lesson? And then another flame, little light flame in the back, raises their hand and says, I'll do it. And so God brings them together, and that's their mission. That's their purpose for that life that they're about to go into. So the one little flame can learn forgiveness. Well, you know why that little flame needs a partner to help it learn? Because in order to learn forgiveness, you have to get hurt. You have to have someone betray you so you can forgive them. Sometimes it's yourself, right? Sometimes you are the person that you need to learn how to forgive. But you can't learn forgiveness without going through the process of forgiving. And if you don't have a reason to forgive, such as some kind of pain, some kind of loss or betrayal or regret that has happened in your life, there's no reason to forgive, right? So then you don't learn the lesson. So it's a painful lesson. But on the other side, when you get to learn that lesson on the other side of that, then you get to spread that joy and that wisdom with the people around you. Then you could be a teacher on forgiveness, and you could help other people heal. And that's just an idea. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what your life path is. You know what your life path is. Your soul knows why you came here. But that's just an example. So when bad stuff happens in your life, when you don't meet the mark, when you miss the goal, when you fail, when you accidentally hurt someone or maybe intentionally hurt someone because you're angry or something, or when you're not living up to your own expectations. Instead of beating yourself up and feeling like you're a horrible, rotten human being, how about you take the time to have some compassion? Understand that you're here to learn and grow, and your soul did not come here to take it easy. Your soul came here to live in the full experience of life, to be messy. Your soul is not this happy, nice little neat thing that's just a glowing, glowing, pristine, white, sparkly thing. Your soul is wild like the wind and the ocean. It's untamed. That is your soul. That's the energy of your soul. Your soul is wild and expansive and powerful. And it came here to get messy and create new opportunities, create new experiences. So celebrate those. Celebrate those. So wherever you're at today, no matter what you're doing today, whether you have a million things on your to-do list today, or whether it's an easygoing day, whatever it is for you, whatever today looks like for you, I challenge you today. Make it today. Take 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. You could set a timer if you want to. Take 5 minutes and write yourself a love letter. A deep, intimate love letter. What are the qualities about your soul that you love, that you think are amazing? And that's a little trick. My dear friend Lisa Taylor taught this to me. If you're having trouble coming up with things that you love about yourself as a human, don't think about yourself as a human. Recognize that you are actually part of the divine. We've talked about that on here before, right? You are like the scoop out of the big pool of water, right? You're one of the ladles. You are created of the same essence of the divine. So all of the amazing qualities of the divine, there, that's what your soul is made of. That's what it's made of. It's like it's in there. It's in there. That's who you are. That's the truth of who you are. So if you're not feeling it today, because you're like, oh my God, I suck, right? Like I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I haven't followed up. I haven't gotten stuff done. Whatever. And take your human flawed self. Not really flawed, you're perfect, but take your flaws out of the mind for a second and tune into the divine. What do you love about the divine? What do you love about, if you believe in God, right? If you believe in the universe, use the universe. Whatever divine essence that you use and that calls to you, think about that and write the love letter. Put your name on it. Say, dear, your name, right? I would say, dear Kim. And then as you're writing it, think about everything that you love about the divine. And if you're able to bring it back to you by the end, do that. And then you can sign it. And then when you reread it to yourself, make sure you read it to yourself and you include your name, so that you can start to recognize the amazing qualities that make up you, the amazing essence of you as a divine being. Just write the letter. Just write the letter. 5 minutes, set a timer, do it right now. Everyone can find 5 minutes. Everyone can find 5 minutes. Do it now if you can. If you're like, driving or something, then, do it when you park. But set a timer for 5 minutes and just do it today. Get it done. Make it a priority. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to be more productive, more loving, more compassionate. You're going to actually be more of those love letter qualities once you affirm that to yourself once you actually write it down and you get it on paper. And why am I saying write it down? Because that is going to help you learn it and get it in your body even more. It's not enough to just think it. I know some of you, because I do this too. I'm not, I'm I'm with you. I hear you. I know some of you are going to think to yourself, "Oh, I'll just think it. I'll just make the list in my head. It'll be okay. I'll write it down later." Guess what? Later doesn't happen. I know because I've tried it. Okay? So make the time to write it down. You'll get it in your body. Your words have power. Like it shifts you in a totally, completely different way energetically when you are willing to make the commitment. 5 minutes, write it down and then read it to yourself. Okay, I'm gonna let you go so you can go do that. Go do it right now. Write a love letter to yourself because you're so amazing. And you need to hear that. You need to hear that. Okay. I love you guys. Have an amazing Holistic Wellness Wednesday, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.